So, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I know that's one thing we don't really talk about here because there's nothing really to talk about. I talked about the Netflix series, which it was good. I mean, someone who watched the show from beginning to end when it first aired, I mean, obviously you're gonna go through and like, well, they changed that, and well, that didn't happen, but it was fun, and it was leagues, way leagues above that terrible M. Night Shyamalan movie with Sokka and Ong, penis head. You know, it's just leagues above that. Um, but it was enjoyable. And for the actual cartoon, I mean, what wasn't to love? Um, and then I was kind of disappointed it all had to end. But those final episodes with Sozin's Comet, him and Ozai, and Fire Lord versus Avatar, and then Aang is just like, "Ugh," and he's like, "You're never gonna be able to firebend ever again." And then Ozai gets up and he's like, "Oh, why is it not working?" It was so cool. The Tales of Bossing Say with Aang and Uncle Iroh, and God, that episode, Uncle Iroh, God, that destroys me and everyone else I've seen who watches it. If you haven't seen it, you should. It's really good. No matter how tough you think you are, no one will resist being able to cry when Uncle Iroh starts crying. You won't be able to. You can't do it. I've seen like buff guys, dudes who go to the gym every freaking day, reacted to it, and they just burst into tears because of how sad it is. But the show amazing, and we haven't really gotten a whole lot of games. The last game was in 2006, and it was a good enough game. People liked it. I didn't have a chance to play it, but I was too busy playing, Kingdom Hearts 2 because that came out in 2006. Plus I really wasn't in the house a whole lot. We lived on base, so I was out with my friend all the time, but yeah, that was the last time we got a, but here we are, nearly 2 decades later. Avatar: The Last Airbender is getting a video game worthy of its name by Saber Interactive. That's insane. Almost 20 years after THQ's hit Avatar: The Last Airbender game, the beloved franchise is getting a new AAA game in a surprising move that will light up many faces. Yeah, people love The Last Airbender. Korra, maybe. I mean, there are people who like Korra, but for the other reasons, not for story, but oh my god, I'm shipping these characters. Oh my god, character's gay. I am so into the show. But people also call out on Korra, like, oh, how is it that Aang had to do all this training to, become an avatar, and Korra somehow mastered all the elements at like 4 years old? It's just another one of the Mary Sue characters. But anyway, in a surprising move that will light up many faces, Saber Interactive, and Paramount Game Studios are making an action RPG. Ooh, that sounds cool. Based on the Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar: The Last Airbender universe that will introduce players to an all brand new Avatar set thousands of years before the shows. That's cool. I mean, that's another thing that people wanted to see more of the former Avatars. The previous Avatars. They played such a role in the show because that's who Aang went to when he needed help. Since he can kind of look in on himself and in meditation and communicate with these other his other lives. So they all kind of helped him. I mean, a lot of the time it's like, oh, you got to do it yourself. You find strength in yourself and stuff like that. But we only got to see just a couple. But to follow one of the previous avatars. Now, there's a few of them that you would think would be a really good choice, but we can only speculate at this point. I mean, there's a few. Maybe a certain female avatar. That'd be pretty cool. Oh wait, no. Can't. I hate women, along with other gamers. We hate women. So forget that. We don't want a female Avatar game. No, because we hate strong women. Created by Michael Dante DeMarin and Brian Konitsko. Avatar: The Last Airbender is an blah, blah, blah. We all know about Aang and the Fire Lord until the Fire Nation attacked. 2005 to 2008. 2006. God, I'm old. DHQ Studio Australia released Avatar: The Last Airbender, the video game for the Game Boy Advance, PC, GameCube. I wonder. Maybe I should. Which one would I get for, though? Probably the GameCube one. Maybe. And all the other systems. The game allows players to take control of one of four main characters: Aang, Haru, Katara, and Sokka. Aang, Haru, Katara, or Sokka. Actually, I think Katara was said correctly in the movie, the M. Night Shyamalan, but it was Sokka and Aang. Yeah, I think Katara was the only one who was pronounced correctly. Toph. Not Toph, Toph. Oppa instead of Appa. And a single player campaign. The game received mixed reviews, but was a commercial success. Yeah, I remember people really liked it. And nowadays, if they were to introduce Zula, crazy how one person can be freaking psychotic and yet so attractive. It's crazy. People were attracted to this woman. Completely psycho. But then she like goes through this, the whole arc where she's trying to be different, and it's hilarious. It's like, at least she's trying. She might be saying all the wrong things and still coming off way too hard. But at least it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. And good old Rinzuko. Dante Bosco. Rufio. That's who does the voice of Zuko. And same thing, he had like one of the best character arcs in the show. Going from this prince who, was like, oh, I have to restore my honor and make my father proud by capturing the Avatar. And, but then like every time him and Aang were somehow together, it's like you could see that he kind of really didn't even want to go through with it. He was just kind of doing what he wanted, what he thought he needed to do in order to win his father's favor. But then by the end of the series, they're friends. I think he becomes Fire Lord, right? And they visit each other and they're friends, and so just to see him go from this man on a mission, of course Uncle Iroh played a huge part because he's like, don't be too hasty, Prince Zuko. You mustn't let this cloud your judgment. And he's like, nothing will stop me, Uncle. I'm going to capture the Avatar. He's like, first you need to sit down and have a nice cup of tea. So having Iroh in his life. But we're talking about the game. I could go on forever about this show. It's just so freaking good. Doug Grossen, Paramount Senior Vice President of Games, is familiar with Saber Interactive and the Avatar franchise. And its fans. He said Saber Interactive has a proven track record in bringing intellectual property-based games to life. Wow. And he added, and we know loyal fans of Avatar: The Last Airbender have been eager for more stories that bring them into the universe of the show. And through that, and through gaming, we're able to expand the world and allow fans to experience the new content in a completely immersive way, which is really cool. That it's going to be an RPG. That's how it should be. RPGs are definitely a lot more uh, open. You know, RPGs allow you to have that open world where you don't have a linear path where you're, you know, try going either, like trying you're walking on a path and you try jumping into like the foresty area and it's like, nope, sorry, boundary. But it's kind of like a Breath of the Wild or Skyrim or something like that where you can go anywhere, which also opens opportunities to use some of the bending abilities. Like if it was Aang, I'd see it like a Breath of the Wild kind of thing where he can use his wind kind of like Rivali's Gale and boost himself, and he's got his glider that he can use, or you can travel around like the firebenders and, at the end bottoms of their feet and just like poof, just or surf around with water and earth bending. And so it'd be really cool to use those abilities as a mode of transportation. Um, but also with their fighting styles, because everyone has different fighting styles. So being able to incorporate firebending or whatever, um, if it's gonna set before all of it, then there's gonna be no blood bending or metal bending, because Toph is like the first one who does the metal bending, and Aang is the first one who does like the blood bending. So none of that. So you just got your four boring elements, but yeah, it's having a track record of making good games. I mean, this show people love, and to have a game finally be made after almost 20 years, it deserves all the respect it can get. It deserves to be made with love and attention to detail, and it needs to be a game made for the fans. Nothing added from the real world into it. Keep to the lore. Just make a really good game that's for the fans, and it will sell itself. It will sell itself. Um, and being an RPG again really opens things up. So I can imagine, you leveling up, upgrading items, upgrading your bending abilities. Because I seriously doubt you're gonna start as like full power Avatar. You're gonna go through that Avatar's journey. So you're gonna, visit different places and level up your bending abilities and stuff like that. Um, so RPG elements, open world, which is always good. Quests, side quests, and so you have your main quest that you're doing, but then, oh my cabbages, please help me pick them up. Um, but yeah, it'd be really cool to see. Um, Saber Interactive is a fitting choice for an Avatar action RPG. The studio has proven its ability to develop stories and games with its beloved franchises rather than politicizing. Okay, well that's what we need. We need a game that doesn't politicize anything. Just make a game based on Avatar: The Last Airbender. We don't care if it's Aang that we're following. It doesn't. I don't care if it's a side character we're following. I don't care if it's a previous Avatar. Just make it good. Make it for the fans. Don't worry about the small minority. Make it for the fans. Simple as that. Again, you do that, it'll sell itself. On that note, Josh Austin, Saber's head of intellectual property development, know that the studio is filled with passionate, creatives eager to take on the Avatar universe and expand it through video games. Uh, with Saber Interactive behind the project, Avatar: The Last Airbender fans have something to look forward to. Yeah, yeah. Set outside the time frame of the show that people would want to play, and that's going to be a huge draw. Right, destroyed the franchise with Korra, and they will continue to do so. No, see, that's normally I'm Mr. Doom and Gloom about, oh, they're gonna ruin. I don't think they are. I don't think they are. I think this is going to be given enough time and enough passion and all that put into it. I think it can be an amazing game because I mean it'll be kind of hard to screw it up. And with a company that has a track record of making good, games based on IPs and all that, there'd be no reason for them to just go against what they've been doing so well for ages now and be like, oh well, you know what? We're gonna make this one different. We're gonna put in personal politics. No, they're not gonna, because they know that if they make this right, it will make a lot of money. I don't think anyone truly comprehends how many people love Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't think you understand how much money could be made if this game is good. So it would be well within their best interest to make a good game for the fans. For the fans. Don't worry about the people reeing and screeching and diversity represent. Just screw them. Make a game for the fans. If you make it, they will come. If you make it, the money will print itself. So, but I'm looking forward to whenever it's going to happen. Uh, I didn't really, yeah, Boomy, King of Amashu. That was a great episode too, when he meets his old friend Boomy. And then I think the end of the episode, they're all like sliding down. It's really cute episode. What was Boomy's rabbit? Was it Flopsy? How it's like a little tiny thing at first, and you think that was him, and then there's like a big old thing behind. It's like Flopsy, Flopsy. After Aang realizes who it is, and then it rolls on their back and like, yeah, give me scratches. Yeah, the great episode. But again, done well, this game will sell itself. So all they have to do is not underestimate the power of the Avatar. Don't underestimate and think there's not that many fans, because there are. There's so many fans. So many fans want a game. So many fans want a good Avatar game. It's been almost 20 years. We want it. An RPG, even better. So they just make it and people will buy it. Now, if it was Ubisoft or Bethesda or EA or no, yeah, you can guarantee that thing would crash. It would not do well at all. But I'm staying hopeful. I'm extremely excited to see how this pans out. Can't wait to see the first reveal trailer or just some teaser pictures of what the game's going to look like, whether it be concept art or an actual like in-engine kind of demo or something. But I'm looking forward to it. I love the series. Was great. Like I said, I watched from beginning to end, and yeah. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts about Avatar: The Last Airbender, and most memorable episode for you. Did you play the game when it first came out in 2006? Oh God, I'm getting old. But yeah, whatever you can think of. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.